Hey, I'm Gary Brackett. Welcome to another Champ Real Estate podcast where we give you information to make wise decisions about life and business, and especially your home. Today, I have on a very good friend, Karen Lyles, agency owner at Farmers Insurance Market. And today, one of the things we deal with as a real estate agents is homeowners insurance.
Yes.
And I think one of the things that I try to educate people on is that it's not always created equal.
No, it's not.
So what are some of the differences and what are some of the things that people should look for when they're shopping their homeowners insurance?
I mean, in all honesty, first you want to go with a reputable company, right? Like, what's their longevity in the insurance market? How are they rated? AAA, best, you want to look out for those different things.
Where do they look for that at?
Google is a viable option, and it should honestly be on their website.
Okay.
It should be right there on their first page as soon as you log into it. So that's number one.
Okay.
The second thing you want to see when they're quoting you, you really should have someone explaining the coverages to you so that you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But you want to look for, there's two major things you want to look for is replacement costs and actual cash value. Replacement cost is going to, what we call in the insurance world, indemnify you, make you whole, right? And if you want to be made whole on the actual cash value side, it could actually be linked to that term as well. But I'll just give you like a little story, right? So say your home had a fire.
Yeah.
Right? And it sourced in the kitchen. You've had those cabinets for 10 years. Mm-hmm. Do you want us to come in and say, hey, those cabinets are 10 years old. So instead of us giving you 10 grand for them, we're just going to give you 5.
Yeah, no.
Or do you want us to give you the 10 grand so that you can go and replace them?
Absolutely. I want
as it is today.
Yeah.
So that's the major difference between actual cash value and replacement cost. We're going to pay whatever it takes today to replace those items versus taking into account depreciation.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Brings me to another point, just period. A lot of times, people want to save money, right? They want to be very frugal. But why shouldn't they look at their house and like how much coverage they get as one of the areas to save, right? Because some people, their home might be $300 and then they put money down to $240, so then they only owe $250 maybe on their loan or something like that. So they figure like, I just get $250, worth of home insurance because that's all that requires.
Yeah.
Why isn't that a good idea?
I don't believe that you should insure your home for your loan value.
Right.
You want to insure it for replacement costs, not even market value. Right? Because you want to be able to replace your home for what it would cost to replace it at current day. And one thing that insurance companies do, mostly all of us do, is real estate appreciates every year. So that policy appreciates every year. So say you start off, you bought a home for, let's just say for argument's sake, $200,000 home, but we insured it for $325 because that was the replacement cost on it. Basically, and we take into account factors of square footage, how many rooms, how many bathrooms, the outside structure, what the floors are. Do you have custom countertops? Do you have a studio in your home, a movie theater, a gym? All those different things that we take into account. And especially we also take into account the things that are in the home, right? The easiest way I describe it is take your home and turn it upside down. Everything that falls out of it is considered your personal property. Wow, do you feel like this is an adequate amount to cover those items, right? Do you have any watches, jewelry, furs, collectibles, guns? Those things we have to actually bump up the coverage on those items if you want extra coverage on them, because we usually only pay like a stated amount for those items. And it's not just farmers, it's everybody.
Right.
All those policies are written that way. But you want to cover it for replacement costs because God forbid something happened to it. Do you just want to be able to pay the mortgage? Or do you actually want to have a home to live in?
Nah, exactly. So that's smart because some people probably has been in their home for 10, 15 years, and they're probably still paying the same amount.
Right.
So they should probably, how often should you look at your home insurance and like audit it?
Annually.
Wow.
Annually. Yeah. Your agent should be contacting you to offer you an annual review. If you're the type of person that takes a peek at it and looks at it and you're happy with everything, by all means, you can say no, thank you. But it's it's something that's offered.
Right.
And then one thing that happened a lot during COVID, honestly, was a lot of remodels, right? Yeah. Like people were bored to death.
Yeah.
They were at home, right?
Home Depot was packed. There was like a party in there.
Home Depot, Costco, and the grocery store, right? So a lot of people did different renovations during that time. And because of that, their home value, it may have increased, it may not have. I mean, that's definitely, your conversation, because everything doesn't add value to a home. But it does affect the replacement cost of the home, because if you finish your basement. Now you no longer have Formica countertops. Now they're quartz. You want quartz countertops if something happens to them. You don't want the Formica that we originally did this policy for 10 years ago. So it's just those conversations. I had a customer call me the other day that finished their attic. Well, it added 1,000 finished square feet to the policy. So it drives up the value of the home.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So another thing, considering homeowners insurance, we spoke about this. Make sure it's a reputable company. I think you talked about liquidity, and you also talked about insurance companies, fighting you, the homeowner, for your potential claim. So why are some of those things important? Because a lot of times when you're buying a new home, a lot of times, the homeowners may just roll in insurance into the deal and things like that. So why should they be mindful of those type of things?
Yes, I did. I just had a conversation with one of my business clients about this very subject, because they were buying a brand new home. And so the home builder was providing the insurance, and the insurance was it was a nice price, right? And she couldn't understand the price that we were offering it at, in competition to them. And in all honesty, no knock to anybody, but I know insurance, right? I don't know how to build a home.
Right, exactly.
You do not want me to build your home, right? So you want to make sure that company is viable, has been around a while, has money in reserves. That's what insurance companies, when you're looking at viable insurance companies, you want to make sure that company has been around long enough that they have enough in reserves to pay their claims.
That's awesome. And Farmers, how long have you guys been around?
Oh my God, over 100 years.
Over 100 years.
Yeah.
Wow. And also, you guys are probably one of the top in the nation in terms of your policies, your pricing, everything like that.
Yeah.
What other things you think separate your company or your agency specifically, as opposed to others, in terms of home ownerships and being having a policy with you all?
Yep. So I will say my agency, not necessarily the company. Okay. One thing that definitely sets us apart is I believe in education. We do not sell one policy in my agency, period, that we do not go step by step and explain to you exactly what you're purchasing. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, because some people are just looking at price. Yeah. But the value in it is that you don't have to, when you call us, you don't have to press 9, press 2, press 3. It's a direct line. We pick up the phone every time. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We have 24/7 claim service. But one thing that I always point out when explaining homeowners policies is the difference between actual cash value and replacement costs. Right. And another big one is percent deductibles. Some companies and agencies, their industry standard is to offer percent deductibles to try to keep price low. But what percent deductibles mean, for example, your home is insured for $300,000. Right. Well, you take a 1% deductible, then your deductible is going to be $3,000. Next year, like I said, we bump up the coverage on the home every year. So next year, is now insured for $310,000. Well, now your deductible is $3,100. 10 years from now, when your home is now insured for $520,000 and you have a claim, you're out of pocket $5,200.
Wow.
Some people prefer it. Yeah. But a lot of people sell it and don't explain to the customer what they're getting, right? All they're looking at is, this is my annual cost for this, right? And Indiana gets I mean, we get wrecked with wind and hail.
Yeah, no question.
I mean, this is our hurricane, right? Like this is what Indiana has. And so we replace a lot of roofs and a lot of siding and a lot of gutters in Indiana as an insurance company. So you got to pay attention to, because sometimes they will separate out the wind and hail deductible, make it higher or lower. So just make sure that you're educating yourself on what you're purchasing and that it fits your budget.
And annually, make sure you go over your homeowner's insurance every single year.
Yes. Yep. Every year.
That's key. I learned something new. I wasn't doing it every year, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So where can they get in touch with you to find you if they want to, get a policy with you all and learn more, be educated about what they should have?
Hey, just give us a call. We answer the phone.
Okay.
317-288-0140 or Google us, Karen Lyles, Farmers Insurance, and you can leave us a message on that website.
All right. Well, I appreciate you very much for coming in. Thank you all for watching. You heard it here first. Every single year, you should be looking at your homeowner policy. And there's a great person here that can educate you on what else you should have. Karen Lyles on Google. I appreciate you all. Tag someone that needs to see this. Please like and subscribe to the show. Put any questions below. If you have any more questions about your homeowners, what you should cover, what you shouldn't cover, ask questions below. We'll do some more episodes to get you educated and keep you covered. Make sure that you are an informed homeowner. All right, that's another episode of Gary Brackett Real Estate Podcast, and I'll see you on the next show.